I am here to discuss the so-called flying saucers.
The Roswell UFO incident, or the Roswell crash, whichever you prefer, but the main thing is how a UFO sighting sparked 70 years of conspiracy theories. On July 8, 1947, the Roswell Daily Record newspaper published an article with the headline, RAAF Captures Flying Saucer on Ranch in Roswell Region, and the legend of America's most famous brush with aliens was born. Today, many conspiracy theorists consider the so-called Roswell incident to be one of the most conspicuous pieces of evidence that the U.S. government has covered up the existence of extraterrestrial life on Earth. Now, what exactly was the Roswell UFO incident, you may be asking? Well, on the 7th of July, 1947, around 75 miles north of the town of Roswell, New Mexico, debris from a highly classified project used by the U.S. Army Air Force to detect atomic bomb testing in the Soviet Union was recovered from a ranch after being reported by a ranch worker named William Brazel. Fascinated by the idea of flying saucers, Brazel gathered some of the debris and went to Roswell, where he told Sheriff George Wilcox about his find. According to reports, Wilcox immediately reported the encounter to the U.S. AAF base at Roswell, which promptly sent its people to visit the ranch, but not before the press picked up the story, mind you. Now, on July 8, 1947, the Roswell Army Airfield issued a press release stating that a flying disc had crashed on a ranch near Roswell during a powerful storm. Later in the day, as government scientists arrived on the scene, the story appeared to have changed some. A press conference was held, and it was stated instead that a weather balloon had crashed. Reporters were shown debris said to be taken from the crash area, such as tinfoil, rubber, and wood, which appeared to confirm that the object had been a weather balloon. Now, after initially suggesting that Brazel's debris had come from a UFO, the Roswell Daily Record reported a correction which included the U.S. AAF statement that it was a weather balloon that had been found at the site. Now, Williams' letter went on to record to say that he regretted the publicity that his misidentification had caused. Now, according to official accounts, the debris William found came from a balloon which had been part of an experiment technology trial codenamed Project Mogul. Now, you may be asking, what was Project Mogul? The classified project was designed to detect sound waves in the upper atmosphere from Soviet Union atomic bomb tests by flying microphones on trains of balloons at high altitude. Although the technology was quickly superseded, it remained secret for more than 20 years after the event. The fact that the balloon was involved in the Cold War surveillance of the Soviet Union may have helped to propel rumors of a major cover-up or just a major conspiracy theory. Now, several people claim to have seen debris scattered over a wide area, or at least one person reported seeing a blazing aircraft in the sky shortly before it crashed. But the key account came from a former mortician, Glenn Dennis, who claimed in 1989 that a friend who worked as a nurse at the RAAF had accidentally walked into an examination room where doctors were bent over the bodies of three creatures. They appeared to resemble humans, but with small bodies, skinny arms, and giant bald heads. In 1995, Ray Santilla, a London-based entrepreneur, released footage of an alien autopsy performed in Roswell in 1947. Now, experts immediately ridiculed the footage as a hoax, and he admitted years later that it was almost entirely fake. Nevertheless, Ray insisted real footage existed, but due to its poor condition, he had been forced to recreate it. What was absolutely crazy was that the republication of the story came just 1 year after the release of The Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which was a film about a government conspiracy covering up the aliens that had visited Earth. The film was released in America in November, and the following year in the UK. Now, that year, a staggering 750 sightings were officially documented in the UK by the Ministry of Defense UFO Desk, the highest figure on record. Now, looking at UFO sightings from both sides of the Atlantic, a direct correlation between popular films involving aliens and real UFO sightings became evident. In 2009, The Guardian detailed popular culture influences that could have helped propel many UFO sightings in the UK in 1996. In the year that the Independence Day and Mars attacks were released, there was 609 UFO sightings across the UK, significantly more than the years before or after. Even though Project Mogul was declassified in the 1970s, it wasn't fully connected to Roswell until 1994, when the secretive National Security Agency finally published an in-depth report refuting all claims of a conspiracy at the site. A second report, released in 1997, concluded that reports of alien bodies actually related to life-size test dummies. But by providing detailed analysis of the Roswell incident, many analysts believe that the U.S. government inadvertently refueled interest in a conspiracy theory and public suspicion that the U.S. government was involved in a major cover-up still.
Such dummies are meant to look as human as possible in order to be of any value, in order to produce any useful data. No one reported seeing human-looking bodies in connection with the Roswell incident. They were said to be in the range of 3.5 to 4 feet tall, rather spindly looking, with very oversized heads and huge eyes. Nothing of the sort resembles one of these crash test dummies. Sure.
Because of the huge notoriety surrounding the Roswell incident, the town has become ground zero for UFO conspiracists. Each year on the anniversary of the story, thousands of enthusiasts embrace all things alien and the paranormal at an actual UFO festival. There they can dissect fake alien bodies and take part in bizarre scientific experiments. Now, a few years ago, it made 70 years since the incident was first reported. Around 38,000 people turned up from all over the world to attend this festival. Now, do I believe in aliens? Of course I do. There is no way that we can be the only living thing in the solar system or even the other galaxies that's around us. But this is Creepy Things Explored. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like the video, tell me your thoughts on the Roswell UFO crash. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.